All right, here we go again. I'm just doing a quick video here because I was talking about Jude yesterday, um, the book of Jude, and had this story here about a U.S. gay couple is deported from Bali for basically saying, "Hey, yeah," putting the word out to all the gay friends out there that follow them. Yeah, this place is really really gay friendly, and then they got deported because Bali doesn't really condone that. Um, so I want to go back to Jude when we were talking about that yesterday, and this part right here, Jude, verse 11. Woe unto them, for they have gone in the way of Cain, and ran greedily after the error of Balaam for a reward, and perished in the gainsaying of Kor. Verse 12. These are spots in your feasts of charity. See, the Bali or whatever has got their feast for charity where they have their businesses and morality going, and it's people have a lower cost of living, and people are working for what they have, and then other people swoop in to take advantage of that. These people, the really lefties and the LGBTQ communities, they swoop into all of these places that have been built up by people with morality and traditions and things that they approve of in their community and things they don't. And they swoop up, and they're there at the table. They feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. This person who, I don't know much about Bali, but I'm guessing that it's not known as a very friendly place for LGBTQ people. And you have this person who shows up without fear, tweets out, "Oh, this place is great. We're staying at this hotel, and it's queer friendly." Right? They show up without fear. They are clouds without water, carried about the winds, trees whose fruit withereth, without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the roots. Raging waves of the sea, foaming out of their own shame, wandering stars, whom it is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. Okay, this is exactly what the passage is talking about, where these people that swoop in for whatever reason, they have money and don't have to work, and they want to tout their lifestyle and take their culture and their identity and their lifestyle out of, say, San Francisco, where that thing is pretty well accepted, or Hollywood, or these areas, and bring them into a conservative area, in this case, a country. And why do they do that? Oh, because $10 goes a lot further in this little poor country than it does in San Francisco. And, BLM and those guys are all burning down those places. So they got to leave, and now they have to bring their garbage and their filth and set it down at your table unashamedly. This is an article that came out today, linked off of Sludge Report. I don't know anything about any of these people. I just saw the article 5 minutes ago and thought I would make a video. A gay American couple is being deported from Bali after viral tweets that called the Indonesian resort island queer-friendly. The firestorm started when Kristen Gray tweeted over the weekend that she was enjoying an elevated lifestyle at a much lower cost of living. She went to a third world country so she could be waited on like a princess and bring her cultural identity or sexual identity and try and push that on everybody out there, trying to encourage other people of that ilk to go down there. After moving to the island from LA, I called it. I did not read this article all the way through. Okay? I did not. I just know these people. And I just know it. So the firestorm started when Kristen Gray tweeted over the weekend that she was enjoying an elevated lifestyle at a much lower cost of living. After moving to the island from Los Angeles with her girlfriend. See, all of these people, all of these little dregs of society are moving from Seattle, Washington, San Francisco, all of these little hellholes that they have created. They created the whole dumpster pumping society. They created all the LGBTQ. They created all the free money. They create all this stuff. And when it's finally such a pit and such a cesspool, then they go to someplace nice like Bali and they try and bring the crap with them. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. I have Black Lives Matter in my little town of 5,000 people, a farming community. BLM shows up just to see what they could do. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Praising the benefits of Bali, she said it was queer friendly and home to a Black in Bali community. She also promoted an ebook that she was selling that told people how to bypass strict regulations barring foreigners from visiting during the coronavirus pandemic. Sounds like a wonderful person. Justice official Jermulai Manahira, something in Bali, said Gray and her partner would be sent back to the U.S. as she was suspected of having intentionally disseminated unsettling information about Bali. Congratulations, Bali. You're way up on my list of number one places to go. If I ever leave the United States, we're going to head to Bali and go hang out. They're not taking that crap. They're not taking that crap at all. Good for these guys. Gray, however, insisted she had not committed a crime. Hey, Gray, you're not in San Fran anymore. You're not in San Francisco. Why don't you go to Iran or Iraq or any place in the Middle East and talk about how queer friendly it is? Why don't you do that? I am not guilty. I am being deported of being gay, she said. Well, yeah. Actually, you're being deported because you're bragging about it and you're incentivizing other people to go there. Like it's the newest hot new gay bar in town. And Bali ain't having it. They said, get out. Not only that, they deported him. That's hilarious. While same-sex relationships are not illegal in most of Indonesia, the country's LGBT community has faced growing pressure in recent years, and their rights are limited. Mean they can't go out and dumpster pump wherever they feel like it. Right? I'm assuming. Because like in America, that was really frowned upon up until like probably the 70s, late 70s. And then they have the AIDS thing out, you know, that kind of put the kibosh on a lot of that activity. But, you know, if you're going to take part, it's an immoral act. If you're going to take part in immoral acts, you're supposed to hide it. You're not supposed to go out there and flaunt it. And you're not, you know, if you don't participate in that stuff, why would you be celebrating it? Why do you have Gay Pride Day or Gay Pride Month? Why are you got the rainbow flags? That's where the turning point is. When you bring judgment upon the country, okay? When all the corporations, you know, are celebrating all this stuff and you're partaking in it, that's what brings judgment. It's the acceptance of the sin. Okay? It's the acceptance of it. Bali ain't having it. Far from being supportive, the country's LGBT community accused her of being ignorant of their plight. For most Indonesians in Bali, it's not a queer-friendly place, one activist said. Sounds like I'm going to Bali. Please know the majority of us Indonesians are still deeply embedded in the closet because of the astounding homophobia we face on a daily basis. Homophobia doesn't exist. Nobody's scared of gay people. We don't want immoral, nasty trash people around that wreck families. That's what we don't want. Congratulations, Bali. What a great country that must be over there, Indonesia. Yeah, this is like wonderful. I think that this was actually put out to people are supposed to be outraged because we do quite a bit of trade. Indonesia is similar to China in it's almost slave labor coming from Indonesia. A lot of things are built out of there. I mean, like almost all guitars at this point come out of Indonesia for whatever reason. Indonesia and China. But you know, good for them. They're not having it. And what good is crying about it to Yahoo News going to do? Anyways, I thought that was awesome. These are the perfect example of the people that will sit down at your plate unashamed and take all your charity and have absolutely nothing but filth and rotten fruit to disseminate to wherever they go, wherever they got to go. They ain't going to Bali anymore, are they? Ain't going to Bali. And, you know, as the whole system starts to kind of crumble and melt down a little bit here with, you know, the being, what, $30 trillion in debt, you know, the country, and a lot of the not having the money for the social programs and all these special little groups that are out there and the extra money for all of that. Hopefully we see a return of back to Bali, right? The back to Bali return, the movement. I don't know. We'll see. What do y'all think? With that, we're going to be out of here.